Throughout the recorded history of storytelling, there have always been common distinct and recognizable character archetypes that lay out prototypes of different personalities and life paths. These archetypes are the ancient knowledge that is passed on to us from generation to generation through our upbringing and in some ways shape how we understand and interact with the world. But what if we can use this ancient knowledge to gain a deeper understanding of who we are? The Enneagram is a system of personality typing that describes patterns in how people interpret the world and manage their emotions. The Enneagram describes 9 personality types and maps each of these types on a 9-pointed diagram, which helps to illustrate how the types relate to one another. The purpose of the Enneagram is not to put you into a box, but to help you identify both the strengths and the limitations of a preferred strategy and to give you guidance on how you may develop more capacity beyond it. As a typology, the Enneagram defines 9 personality types, sometimes called Enneatypes, which are represented by the points of a geometric figure called an Enneagram. There are some different schools of thought among Enneagram teachers, and their understandings are not always in agreement. Although there has been limited formal psychometric analysis and the peer-reviewed research, it has been widely promoted in both business management and spiritual contexts as a typology to gain insights into workplace interpersonal dynamics, or spiritually, to find a path to higher states of being, essence, and enlightenment. The 9 Enneagram personality types are: Type 1, the reformer, idealist. A perfectionist, the reformer maintains a flawless façade and is an organizational marvel with a sense of purpose, but can fall into self-righteousness and intolerance. Type 2, caregiver. The caregiver is helpful by nature and builds an identity around that trait. This focus on being nice can lead to a sense of bitterness and resentment from placing the needs of others above the needs of the self. Type 3, high achiever. Driven by success, this type rises to the top of any chosen field. Often a workaholic, the high achiever's worst fear is being a nobody. Type 4, the individualist. These types have a need to create and express themselves generally through art. Proud of being different, these sensualists can also be self-absorbed and get lost in fantasy worlds. Type 5, the investigator. This type spends a lot of time alone in thought and often substitutes knowledge about the world for a search for knowledge about oneself. Type 6, the loyalist. As the name implies, this type has a strong sense of loyalty to friends, romantic partners, beliefs, systems, organizations, and superiors. Reliable, dependable, and trusting, the loyalist can also be indecisive and seek out a sense of security in underhanded ways. Type 7, the enthusiast. An extrovert, the enthusiast enjoys a wide circle of friends who are drawn to the enthusiast's spontaneity and enthusiasm for experiencing the joys of the world. The enthusiast has trouble saying no to material goods and intoxicants and attempts to boost the diminishing sense of joy those things bring by increasing consumption. Type 8, the challenger, warrior. This personality type is self-confident, dominant, and assertive. A natural leader, the challenger is dependent on no one but forms no deep emotional bonds. Prone to bad temper and big ego, the challenger uses strength as a means of protecting the weak. Type 9, the peacemaker. Making, maintaining, or restoring the peace is the goal of the peacemaker. This type dislikes conflict and will do a lot to avoid it. To learn more about how you can find your Enneagram or learn how to use Enneagrams for personal development and self-improvement, check out the playlist linked below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.